My name is Mike Trionfo, the Chief Product and Technology Officer here at Consensus. In 2023, we celebrated 10 years of automating demos with the Consensus platform. While we are proud of this achievement and for being around for 10 years, we are more proud of the results you are seeing using Consensus to scale pre-sales and shorten sales cycles. In 2023 alone, our customers have shared more than 800,000 automated demos with buyers, discovered more than 125,000 buying stakeholders through automated demos, saved more than 100,000 pre-sales man-hours through demo automation. We also welcomed a new partnership with Sumero Equity Partners, culminating in a $110 million investment in Consensus to spark our next phase of growth. As a result of the amazing results our customers are getting, analysts and other influencers are recognizing demo automation as an emergingly and increasingly essential piece of the revenue puzzle for B2B sales and marketing teams. In 2022, G2 created its grid for pre-sales software and has since split the category to highlight demo automation specifically. Aragon Research was the first analyst firm to declare the demo automation category and mention Consensus as the leader in the space. In the spring of 2023, Gartner published its first ever market guide on their new category, interactive demonstration applications, and has regularly cited Consensus as their research on the impact of demos on the buyer's journey. Last fall, Forrester similarly highlighted Consensus and other demo automation tools as part of emerging tech software that companies should be implementing to engage buyers earlier in the sales cycle with customized demos experiences. And the most exciting thing is, we are just getting started. For years now, our approach has been to give revenue teams access to pre-sales resources on demand through interactive video demos. Sales reps deliver demos to their buyers that mimic the experiences buyers would get when sales engineers deliver content in live intro meetings and other interactions that happen frequently in the buying process. This helps buyers make connections between your features and the problems that they want to solve. They understand the why behind your product and how it gives them the financial and emotional ROI that they need to move forward. As our platform evolves, we want to improve a buyer's ability to immerse themselves in your solution and get more tactical with the features they want to learn more about. This means helping sales teams connect the what of the product to the why that is explained in your interactive video demos. But connecting what and why can be difficult when you have a complex product. Time is a pre-sales team's most precious resource, and it should not be sacrificed for creating sandboxes, product facsimiles, and other reproductions of your solutions. Just like buying should be fast, easy, and pleasant, creating demos for your buyers to view should be equally as easy to use, quick to deploy, and bring a wow factor to demo creation. Our roadmap not only reflects our core values, but it also reflects an approach that combines speed, flexibility, and innovative editing to give buyers and sellers the ideal demo building experience. That's why we are so excited to bring you Tours.
A trust-building tool, a smoothness in the experience, both visually and from a tactile standpoint.
We want buyers to feel like they're more in control, and we want them to feel like it's an easy process.
Build out that experience in a matter of minutes and have that ready to ship the same day you start working on it.
Combine both personalized video experience that we've always had with the interactive tour ability for the buyer to click through and experience the software.
Enable buyers to feel the emotion of the product that they're trying to buy, and they're going to have better careers because they're going to be even more confident in their purchasing decisions.
Tours.
A sales engineer has a story to tell. There's multiple steps that go into that story, and keeping that organized can be difficult. We needed to be able to make an interface that was going to give the user a really good high-level view of those steps, to be able to tell that story in a way that's compelling without it becoming a real burden on the user to build and keep organized.
Consensus Capture is an extension that you can install in Chrome. What it does is it captures screenshots at its simplest level and drops them into your tour. We give you some DOM manipulation tools, some HTML manipulation tools right there in the extension. So you just click, you change it to customize your tour to the buyer that you're sending it to.
You can simply update text, update images to make sure that you can easily get that page ready, capture it, and then easily bring it into your tour experience. You can easily drop different elements that you want it to use to build out that story, whether that's a hotspot, a target area, or a live UI element. That can be a button, a checkbox, a text input.
Tours provides a very new, rich breed of analytics that comes back to the selling team to help them understand what's driving the different interests of all the different stakeholders in the buying group. You get more data to help guide them through the process as a selling team, but then you also know that their engagement is demonstrating that they're more likely to buy.
We didn't go into this thinking we want people to build tours that look and feel exactly like using your software. We want them actually to have enough to trust, the right fidelity for confidence, the amount of information and interaction that the buyer needs to feel confident in this solution.
Tours has been a breath of fresh air for us and for the account teams and the solution engineers too. The myriad and the million different use cases that they've come up with, and also hearing the response from the customers. I can see my engagement with my elements, the content and Demolytics, but the direct qualitative feedback from the customers is that they love the interactivity. They love having this as a lead behind that they can share with the rest of the buying group too. That's super powerful.
I really liked utilizing targeted areas and then being able to quickly identify, put a video in, determine how, if I want that part of the story path.
Tours creates the balanced experience that we're looking for. It balances the audience's desire to drive the software at their pace in the way that they want to, but it also balances Paycor's desire to communicate and frame each feature in the way we want to.
If you've got a really complicated screen, for example, with a bunch of little things going on, you don't have to bog down and slow down your main demo talk track to explain everything. Instead, just put all that stuff in a tour at the end, and if they're interested in it, they'll click on it and you'll get visibility into what they're interested in. I think tours can add a lot to your demo content. I recommend checking them out.
Now that you've seen what Tours is and why we are doing this, Brian Zurcher, our head of product, will demonstrate what buyers and sellers can expect from Tours as part of the Consensus demo experience. Take it away, Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian Zurcher, Senior Director of Product here at Consensus. I want to show you how easy it is to build these tour experiences within your own account within a matter of minutes, and we're going to do that by showing you how that's done right now. Okay, you can see I'm actually right inside of the demo library, and I've built out a demo already in preparation for this with the right demo styling and the title all set up and ready, and this is where we will build out that tour from scratch. One of the things we've built to make it really easy for you to build these tours quickly is what we call our Consensus Capture Chrome extension. This is an extension that allows you to easily capture the screenshots that you need in order to build the demo. And not only can you grab those screenshots, but we've also built it out so you can edit those screens the way that you need to. Anything from images to text, anything where you see the orange hover over, I can change those elements in order to whitewash or clean up or make the data look a lot better for your viewers so that it looks like the experience you want them to have when they've actually built out that application or they've got everything set up and running. In this example, we're going to just showcase building a demo board within the tour. So I'm going to jump over into the Create Demo Board element. And essentially what we're going to do is use Consensus Capture to start grabbing these screen images that we need to build that tour. So the first one I want to take is simply of the blank state of that opening page where it has all of those elements built out. The next thing I want to do is select that demo for them, and we're just going to use one of the pre-sales demos inside of here. So I'll go ahead and select that, and then let me go ahead and capture that screenshot ready to go. Now I want them to actually feel like they're building a demo board here, so I'm going to add the organization and other information. Let's say this is for Meditech, and let me go ahead and capture that screenshot. And let's say this is for Carla Smith, and let's say this is Carla at Meditech.com. Now, I also want to showcase adding additional recipients so that viewers can see that you can add multiple viewers to this demo board. So I'm going to go ahead and click on plus here, and I'm going to move this back out of the way so I can add, let's say, Joseph Carlton, and let's say he is Joe at Meditech.com. And I'm not going to use a personal intro video. But I am going to make sure, because I made a mistake, that I want to come back and capture where I've just got Carla's information. And now, let me go ahead and add Joe. So I'm going to add that. And we're going to say this is Joe Harold. And this is Joe at metatech.com. And I've got that all set up, and I'll click on capture there. Now, within the main story path that I want to tell for this tour, I'm not going to dig into the personal intro video or additional options. So I'm going to go right to clicking on create demo board. And I'm going to get a quick screenshot with all the demo board options built out there. What I am going to do is showcase how you can personalize the message inside of this. So I'm going to put demo for Metatech so they can see how that's done. And then I'm going to take a screenshot with the thumbnail all personalized and ready to go for them. And that's really what I want to do inside of this tour. And then I can showcase how they would copy that and add that to their email. So let me now jump back into the demo library, and we're going to start building this tour out. Okay, now I'm back inside of the demo. I'm going to go ahead and click on create here. The first thing you're going to see is kind of the welcome pop-up to get you started, where you can see you can either open Consensus Capture. If you haven't downloaded it already or added it to Chrome, it'll bring you to that Chrome store. We've already got these images ready, so I'm going to go ahead and click on upload. And I just want the ones that we capture today. So let me go ahead and build those out. Now for me, as they come in, one of the things I like to do is reorganize them to make sure they're set up the way that I want them in a way that flows really logically for me. So I'm going to go ahead and look for that. Well, it looks like this is the second one where we've only picked that. Now what I can do is simply move those with these little arrows and get it right to where I need it to be. This is the one that has Carla and Joe. This is the one that's the blank state. So I'm going to go ahead and move that to the very top. So now you can see I've got the blank state, I've got the demo selected, I've got the organization in this one, so let's pop that up. So I've got it in the right state where I've got the demo and then the demo with the organization. And that has both recipients. Let's jump here where it just has Carla inside of it and move that to where it goes from the organization to the first recipient and then the next recipient. And then now it has this, and I'm just gonna pop that down. So now they're all built out in a nice order, easy for me to flow. Now, as you build out your story path, every time you add an element to the page, we're gonna automatically pop that right inside of the story path that you're building. So all you need to do is walk through the story that you want to tell. The first step of this story is to help them understand that they need to build a demo. And I'm gonna make some quick descriptions here, like choose your demo and let them know that you can pick which demo you want to send. And let's say click next, and we'll pick an example for you. Now, what I want to do there, and let's go ahead and move this off to the right-hand side, is let them know that instead of clicking within this target area, because I don't want them to feel like they're clicking this drop down. Let's say I want to do this for them to make it simple. I'm going to actually have them click next in that pop-up, and I'm going to set that there as needed. Okay, now I've got that done. The next step I really want them to do is add the organization. But what I'm going to do is jump to the page where that organization is already built out. And essentially, I'm just going to have that cover that for them and make it feel as if they're actually typing that in themselves. So as I jump to this, I'm going to go ahead and now add a live UI element, a text input, and we have placeholder text in ours. That typically says organization, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that same thing with those rounded square corners, and we're just gonna get this close enough for this example, but you can see you can adjust that the way you need. Now, obviously, one of these input boxes does not look like the others. So what we allow you to do is go in and style that the way that you need to. Maybe that text size needs to be quite a bit smaller, maybe something around there. And the text color actually is a little bit off. Our default color is closer to this. I'm just gonna add, our hexadecimal color for the placeholder text, which is not orange, but this gray. And then same with the stroke. You know what? Our stroke is a little bit more of this gray. So that looks much better. Now it actually looks like it's a part of the web application itself. And that's a great thing about these live UI elements is you just drop it right on top, tweak it to the way you need, and everything is set and ready to go. Now you also have a focus view here. So the text color for the focus, when they're actually typing in there, yep, we'll go ahead and use that black. The fill color we still want to be white, but maybe for the stroke, as they're filling it out, we actually want that to be more of an orange. So it looks like what it does inside of our application, but let's say that stroke is just 1 pixel instead of 2. Okay, I've got that styling where I want. Now we need to go ahead and add what we want to have placed there. Placeholder text should say organization, right? Just like it does normally in our web application. I can add that same pop-up text. Maybe I'm gonna have who is this for? And then I'm gonna say that this is where you can add the organization. I can type it. Information. I'm gonna say, go ahead and type meta tech for this example. So now they know to type in meta tech there, and that's where I want to make sure that they know this is what they should be typing. So I'm going to go ahead and type meta tech here, and then when they do that, they're going to click the next button to jump to that next step. So you can see really simply and easily I can add these steps where the viewer is engaged with what they're doing and getting that all set and ready and built out. Now I've got that done. Really what I want to do now is move them ahead a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and use a target area and showcase that they would start adding the information for the recipients. So let's say add your recipients. Now you can add recipients that you want to send the demo board to, and it'll just automatically be in there. I don't necessarily want them to click on that box itself, so I'm going to have them click inside of the pop-up. But what I do want to do next is have them understand that they can click on the plus button to add more recipients. And let's say click on the plus to add more recipients. And now I actually want them to click on that plus, and that plus is going to bring them to the next step, which essentially is where I want them to now click on Create Demo Board. Now for the Create Demo Board, what I'm going to do is add a live UI element. In this example, we're going to add the button. The button looks basically like this format, so I'm going to drag it in, and then just real quickly, obviously not perfect, we're going to get it about where we want, and I'm going to have that just pop up on top. And then let's say, create your demo board. And create demo board is what the button text says. And here I'm going to say create your demo board. And I'm going to say now just click on create demo board and we'll build your custom demo board links. Right? And I want them to actually click on this. However, this obviously doesn't look exactly like how it needs to. So just like with the text input, we can jump in and we can change all these elements. Obviously that should be, a decent amount smaller. I don't know, somewhere around there. For the text color, that's fine. For the fill color, however, let's say that is our orange. We don't have a stroke on ours. The roundness looks okay. No shadow. You can add an icon if you want, but we don't have one in ours. We do give you the ability to have a whole bunch of icons that you can select from. However, we're just going to remove that in this case, and then you get the hover over experience. So if I hover over, let's say I want this slightly darker orange, and again, you can just paste in your perfect hexadecimal colors so it looks and feels exactly like that experience. And now when they click on that, the next step is then to come in here, and what I want them to do is really be able to customize it. So I'm going to add another live UI element for text input. And we're going to go ahead and add this one just like we did before. And I'm going to drop it here. I'm going to stretch that out so it fits. And again, we want to have for placeholder text, it is view demo, as you can see there. So that's what we want the placeholder text to say, is view demo. And then what we can do is go ahead and stylize that like we did before. For the placeholder text, we really want this lighter gray color. For the stroke, we're going to do the lighter color. We need to bring down that text size a decent amount, let's say somewhere around there. We can add a stroke if we want to it, or we can make that thinner so that it matches a little bit better. We're not going to worry about the icon or shadow because we don't have that inside of there. So now it looks like what we need to. Let's go ahead and say customize your image link. And let's say we want them to type demo for MetaTech to customize your image link. All right, and now that's essentially what we want them to type here, is demo for MetaTech. And then they're going to click on next after that. And so now they'll be able to see that happen. Once they do that, now what we want to do is call out that this image link is going to be personalized for them. You're all set. You can now copy this image link and send it off to your recipients. Perfect, it's all set and ready to go. Let's go ahead and push that off to the right side just so it's there. Maybe on the final step, I want to add one more piece, and I want to be able to let them know that there's other link options. So let me add this guy, and I'm just going to say, can't send an image. We give you other options to make sure you can always get your demo board to your recipients. And you know what? Let's go ahead and push that off to that left-hand side. Okay, that's the story I want to tell. Now, as you're building it out, over here on this left-hand panel, again, you've got the images, but you also have the story along the whole way. You can see on this image or this page, these are the steps I've built, and you can drag and drop these if you needed to move them around. Right, some of the other things I could do is maybe I want to come back to the pages, and on the very first page, I want to give them an option to learn about additional options. Let's go ahead and click on this. Now automatically add to that story path, but maybe I want it to be an independent link so that it's just always showing and it's there for them to be able to explore. And I want to say, learn more about additional options. And then maybe I can have a video here where it talks about, set your demo board notifications and other options the way you need. If I wanted to, I can have this link and go to another page. Let's bump that guy off to the right, and I could actually have this lead to a brand new page. I could jump in and add that page, upload it or capture it the way that I need to. Or if I don't want it to link, maybe I just want it to be kind of a completely siloed, independent element for them to explore, then I can do that as well. And that's it. In a matter of minutes, we've now built out an entire flow tour experience where the viewer is going to be taken down a certain path on how to build a demo. Now, we did it really quickly. There's probably a few things we could tweak or add, but you can see how easy it is to build these experiences. Let's go ahead and give it a preview and see what we look like here. So you can see this is going to be the first step. I can go in and customize the welcome if I want, or simply get rid of it. You can see right off the bat, this independent hotspot is just going to show on this page even as we're not going through the story, so it's always available to explore. Let me click on start the tour. The first thing I can do is I can pick the demo. Awesome. I'm going to click on next. Now I've got this organization and I know I want to type MetaTech. And now that I've done that, I can click on next, and that's got that in there. Now I can see that first recipient's been added. Okay, that's cool. And now I can see I can add more recipients. And let me click on plus here, and that's going to add that line there. I can see that recipient added. And now I can see where this live UI element of the button comes into play, where now as I hover over, it actually feels like I'm interacting with the page. And I'm going to click on create demo board. And that's going to bring me down where I see this view demo, where I see I can customize the image link. And I'm going to go ahead and type demo for MetaTech. And now I can click on next and it's going to highlight. So I went ahead and customized that. So now I am all set and ready to go. So that's fantastic. Let's click on that. And then I am on the final step where I can see, okay, cool. I don't have the ability to send an image link. Maybe I'm working in LinkedIn or something like that where they don't quite do that. And I need to be able to send a text link or a button link. I can see now that there's all these options. So now as a user or as a viewer, I get the idea of how it's going to be like if I were to actually purchase the software and I were to use it to create demo boards, or my team were to go in there and create demo boards. They get to learn about some of the functionalities and things like that, which is going to help solve for some of my questions. And it also creates that connection between the user or that viewer and the potential software user and what they'll experience once they adopt your specific solution. So hopefully that helps showcase all the really cool things you can do inside of the Tours experience just in a matter of minutes. I think it took us a little over 5 minutes, and that's with me talking through every single step. You can see I can build out a ton of these experiences. You can build them out very robust. We looked at it just inside of a given software solution here, but you could have that be integration with Gmail or Outlook and Snap and building out the demo board there and seeing the analytics come into your platform and then seeing that push out into another integration like Salesforce and the data that you can draw from it. There's so many endless things that you can do with Tours, and we make it very simple, quick, and easy for you to get all of that set up. Thanks so much.
Tours is now available as part of the Consensus platform. Because the ideal buying experience is the combination of why and what, Tours will not be sold as an individual product. Instead, we want you to think of it as a supplemental feature that strengthens your demo automation strategy by allowing your end users and champions to try key product functions to better sell your solution internally as they work with financial and executive stakeholders. Reach out to our sales team at sales@goconsensus.com to learn more about Tours. If you're a current customer, please reach out to your customer success representative or your sales rep for information about how to add this to your demo automation strategy. Thanks for joining us today for the Tours launch event. We look forward to working with you and seeing your successes as you help your buyers catch your vision with immersive product experiences. Thank you.